Okay. Alright, guys. So, we're going to talk about the books that I've read spooky season 2022 today, which mainly I started a little bit early, end of September. So, yeah, let's start with the two books that I am currently starting to read at the end of the month. I have The Bone Witch, which I'm going to use as a transition book into my November TBR. So start this one, and then I have Defiant, which is the second book in the Valiant series, which is about female Roman gladiators, but more on those during reading vlogs. So the most recent book that I finished, fully finished at the end of October, is The Witch's Heart, and this is a retelling of Norse mythology. It was pretty good. There were no actual chapters. The book was split into 3 parts, but there weren't any actual chapters. So, just a thing to be aware of when reading this book. Other than that, it was pretty good, and most of the names were anglicized, so wasn't quite as confusing. Something I wanted. Okay, and then another book I read that I'm counting is Almost There, the new Disney Twisted Tale with Tiana. And the question was, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? And I counted this as spooky season because it had Dr. Facilier and some voodoo magic. So that one was pretty good. Tiana's not necessarily, The Princess and the Frog isn't necessarily my favorite Disney movie, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good book. Another book that I read is Prince of Foxes, and this is about Scottish-based mythology with a gothic setting, and it's book 1 in a trilogy. I can't wait to get the other 2 books in said trilogy. Yeah, I'm just really excited. This was really good. I read it in a day when I was sick, so that was pretty good. Another one that, honestly, I did not think I would like this one, but I loved it, and I read it in 2 days flat. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, and it's got a cult vibes going for it, with Puritanism, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Loved it so much. Mentioned this in one of my reading vlogs, and it was so good. It was amazing. I think I read some really good books this month. So, moving towards the beginning of the month, I read The Lights of Prague, which is a vampire book, which I don't normally go for, but it was pretty good, I have to say. Would I recommend this to someone right off the bat? Maybe not, but it was a good read. Nothing too complicated. It was kind of a chill read, and I enjoyed that. Okay, so then we have the DNF book that I had after I read some of it and decided it was not for me, The Complete Fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. It was really wordy, and I'm not really into gothic suspense, gothic horror too much. So I read some of the short stories, and they were great, but ultimately I don't think it's just quite my taste, and I'd rather have more time to read something else that could be even more interesting. Continuing with gothic horror. I read Frankenstein. That was a reread. I read it originally in school, and then I had it on my phone when I was on the plane, when I was traveling, so I reread it on the plane. It was okay. It was a nice reread, a nice topic to do, you know. And then I started the Trials of Morgan Crow series and read the first 2 books, Nevermore and Wondersmith. Hopefully in November I can get to Hollowpox and read the first 3, and then the 4th book will come out next year. I'm actually enjoying it. They're chunkers. For a middle grade, they're a chunker, but you know, they're pretty good. So yeah, those are all the books that I read in spooky season of 2022, and I'll see you next time. Bye.